Hi everyone, it's day 2 of Children's Book Week, and today I wanted to talk about the early stages of the process. So I'm going to share with you how I start with sketches, how I start with different drafts, and how I build my dummy book.
So although these are not sketches for Sometimes It's Bright, this is a lot what it's, this is kind of what it looked like. And I usually start in my sketchbook. I have a visual idea of something that I want to share, some kind of story I want to tell, and I just start drawing. That's the best thing that I've learned for myself, is just start drawing. Usually the story is not fully formed, but it will kind of come together at some point. Now my story for Sometimes It's Bright was very different at first. This is a very early draft of the story Sometimes It's Bright when I first sent it to my agent. It starts, "One day she saw it, sparkling and sheer. I'm going to find it and bring it back here. They asked her its name and she didn't know, but deeply she felt and knew she must go." And you can already tell by the very first sentence that it's not the text that is in the book that was published, Sometimes It's Bright. But it's fun to keep these old versions because I still really love the poem, and who knows, maybe it can turn into a song or something. In the early phases, I like to play in my sketchbook. This is a very rough drawing that I did early on of Ronan, the little girl. I was playing with shapes and maybe thinking I would do her in ink and black and white. That ended up changing. Down the road, I started experimenting with a blue pencil, which I just use mostly to sketch, but I really liked how the blue looked. So I kind of had the idea of using blue monochromatic colors after speaking with my agent about adding some more color to it. And we morphed it into something a little bit closer like this. This is a sketch I did for the cover, just to kind of feel it out. You do work on the cover very early on, so a lot of it is important. It's just good to play in the sketchbook. Sometimes you don't even do sketches for the book at all, but it's important to just kind of keep drawing, and then eventually you'll get your character. Once I have a loose character and I've been working her into my sketches, I like to do a model sheet. This is a very simple one, but I wanted to make sure I kind of worked on the size of the little dog poodle relative to Ronan, and also I wanted to decide on how she would look, whether she would have these little ribbons in her hair, whether she'd have her hair up in little pigtail buns or not. And it's also fun to include some of the other characters that we named, and that was Mr. Bank, the pig. He's only in a couple pages, but why not?
So you see I have my sketches, I have a draft of text, and I have a model sheet. And I use those 3 as a reference to start building my dummy book, which I will share tomorrow. So thanks for joining me today. We'll see you soon.